What's really good, LeSBP trading familia? Buenos dias, bonjour, bon dia. Thank you all for tuning in. So this is still the same day. By the way, it's part one. I don't even think I said that was part one, but I basically said I would come back the very next day and tell you guys, tell you all how the trade went and stuff like that or whatever. Well, I am back this same day because I don't feel like doing a part two tomorrow. I just want to jump straight into, you know, the trades from that day. So this is part two of the 4th of April. First trades on FTMO, on my FTMO challenge. Yeah, let's jump right into it. So as you should remember, we had this trade right here. You know what, matter of fact, let's go off the FTMO one because I think it's easier to look at this. So we had quite a few trades today. Now these first trades, this one right here and this one right here was just our, you know, making sure we get our days in. If you don't know about FTMO or the FTMO challenge, you have to trade 10 days at least for your challenge to be completed, or before they consider the challenge at least completed. In order to get those 10 days, it's not like you have to trade your same lot size every single one of those days, but you do have to put in a trade. So in order for me to pass on the days, which most people do, just in case I don't trade that day, is they put like a 0.01 lot size, which is the smallest lot size you can put in order to just get a trade in, to say you got a trade in. And then, you know, what I usually do is I trade my normal stuff after that. So I do it every day, even on the weekends, because I don't trade on weekends because my NAS100 doesn't trade on weekends, but I can at least do like Ethereum 0.01, boom, get that trade in. So if I didn't explain that in the first video, I apologize. But either way, looking at the trades we were in today, so this one was from this morning, 1500, and I'll try to do my best to make sure, I want to say it's like Jerusalem or Kuwait or something like that. I try to do my best to make sure that I'm staying in line with the actual trade. So we had a sell position. This one happened directly at 1500, and that's this trade right here. So this particular trade right here was relatively interesting because it actually went like, if you can see, it actually went like 80 or 90 pips from the point where we got in to the point where it finally like turned around. It went 92 pips. And quite shocking to me, this has happened very often to me lately. It didn't used to happen this much, but very often lately where it'll go 90, 100. I've even had it go like 115, and I go for like 120. So 115, you know, and then turn around, go all the way back up to entry or past it just a little bit, and then come back down or go back up, whatever it was going to do. But for some odd reason, it came down 92, then it went all the way back up to entry twice. So it went back up to 92, then it came back down, but then went right back up to like where it would be about 95. Then it came all the way back down to where my TP1 was. Now, if you remember, I had my TP1 at 120 pips, or I guess my TP, I'm not gonna say TP1 because I don't do TP1, 2, and 3. I had my take profit at 120 pips, so I apologize. I had my take profit at 120 pips, which was right here in this particular area. If I just put this back up, you can see my take profit was right here. Now that was hit way later in the day. I believe this is probably somewhere around, and now, you know what, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. What time is that? This is like 12-ish, 12:10. So right at about 12:10 is when my actual take profit would have hit if we didn't get put out so early. So I ended up getting out, basically ended up having a positive break even on that trade. The next trade was at 1745, which was this one right here. And we got out really, really early on that trade. Let me fix this one before I forget. We got really, really early on this trade. I was honestly supposed to take the 10 pip loss. I didn't take the full 10 pip loss. I ended up taking, I don't even know, to be honest with you, but we can check. So that is 13149.9 minus 13151.2, a 1.3 pip loss. We literally cut that baby short, but it was only because of the simple fact that it came off, like when it was here. Let me go back, sorry. When it was here, when we first got into the trade, like literally right at this candle, we first got into the trade, it went down, and then this baby flew up on the very next candle. So right here, when it was right here, I was already like, all right, well, we're about to lose this 10 pips. You know, hopefully we can get into the next trade. And literally, you know, it came back down, and I was like, okay, let me not play with it. I said, let me not mess with this one because this don't look too good. So we got it at 17:45. We got out at 17:54, which is 10 minutes. It's actually a pretty long time. But we got out right before it started to push up. So right when this candle started, I got out. So that candle started down here. As you can see, it opened down here. I got out immediately. Like, 113. Immediately. So right before this candle pushed up, got out. Boom, it pushed up, and it would have knocked us out at a full 10 pips, but we got out before that happened. Now, I don't always do that because there are certain cases where it will go up 8, 9, almost 10 pips, 9.7, and then it'll just boom, straight back down, kind of like this trade. Kind of like this one. So it went up like 8.3, 8.1. Went up 8.1, got really, really close, but then boom, went straight back down. So that does happen to me quite a lot. So to be honest, I usually just leave it alone. But for some odd reason, I was just getting that feeling, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. So after that trade, I'm kind of pissed at myself because this trade we closed early. As you can see, I closed early there. This trade I closed early, and it was only for like 20 pips, bro. That's this trade right here. So 13151.7 minus 13121.6. Oh, it was 30 pips. I thought it was 20. So 30.1 pips. Boom, there you go. 30.1 pips. Honestly, very good entry. Very little drawdown. I don't know why I got out early. I don't know why I closed it early. I got scared. I mean, of course we know that part. I got scared. I got afraid that it was going to go back up. And I didn't want to do what I did right here, which was take no profit. This literally was almost, it was so close. It was 20 pips away from TP. Like maybe 25 pips away from TP. And I let all of that go back to a break even. Luckily, it wasn't a negative break even, but I let it go all the way back to a break even. And it kind of made me sad. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, fuck. You know, it went 90 something pips, you know, 92 pips, 28 pips left. All we knew was 28 pips left, and it went all the way back up. So it kind of made me a little distraught, not gonna lie. So, but as you can see right here, it did fall quite a bit. It went down, I think it went to at least 80 pips. Oh, this one went to 95 too. It's so crazy that keeps happening. But that one went to 95, then it did turn around a little bit right before 1600, which is when I usually get out. But I should have just stuck with it, to be honest with you. I should have just stuck with it. Like, I don't know. I don't like to close my trades early, and I wrote down my reasons why. It's more or less for me, but I'll read them out to you anyways. Why I don't close trades early. One, I don't know how to scale in and out, nor do I want to learn. Scaling in and out is, honestly, it could be a great asset. I'm not saying it's not, and I'm not saying that it's not a good thing to do. I just don't know how to do it. Scaling is dangerous for me, which makes up the next point. Scaling is dangerous for me. Once again, I know my faults, and I am a gambler at heart. I've tried to change that about myself, but it hasn't worked. So I adapted my strategy to cut the chance of gambling more or less out. Yes, we know that there's a chance that, of course, I can lose. There's a chance that I can win. And that's still a gamble in itself. But if I'm going to sit here and say, all right, I'm going to get in right here, and then I'm going to get in at the next break, and then I'm going to get in at this next structure, and I'm going to get in again at this next structure. Like, I feel like for me, I'm just going to do it wrong every time. I just feel like I'm going to do it wrong every single time. And it's just going to make me dig myself deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into a hole until I either blow the account or until I lose so much money where it might not be worth it anymore to even try to take it out. It'd be like one of those things where you just hold on to it hoping, you know what I mean? Hoping to God, and so I blow the account basically. I'm just hoping, like, please turn it around, please turn it around. Next thing, scaling can make me lose profits, and once again, I say me. Scaling can also make me lose more than I'm supposed to, and it's just going back to the same example. Like if I scale in, I just feel like I'm going to end up losing. I'm going to, because I already don't have a good win rate, and that's probably something that I should have added on this list too. My win rate is 15 to 17%. At the highest I've ever seen it in one particular month was 40%, but that's like a one-time thing. Market was absolutely phenomenal for the whole month. Like that's the highest I've ever seen it. But on an average, anywhere between 15 to 17. On the high end, 15 to 20. On the anomaly rate, 30% maybe. And that 1 month, 40%. But I'm looking at 15 to 20 at the best in most cases. So if I'm scaling in, that means I'm probably scaling in on a loser, more than likely. Because, well, I guess not. I guess in reality, I'm just scared. I keep trying to make sure that I'm not lying to y'all, and I want to be as truthful as possible. I'm just scared because I feel like I'm gonna fuck it up, and I'm gonna scale myself into oblivion, basically. Number 2, my strategy is mostly all or nothing, which does include moving to break even, but that's it. So the simple fact about my strategy and the way that I trade, 10 pips is not a lot. It's not for NAS100. It's really not. It's not that big of a space. It doesn't give it a lot of cushion to move around. I am trying to be very, very precise. And that's why my win rate is so low. Because if I'm going for a 120 pip take profit with a 10 pip stop loss, like I said earlier, that's a 12 to 1 or 1 to 12, however you say that, ratio. You know what I mean? I'm going for 12 as much as I'm willing to lose. So that little 10 pips gets hit quite often. And I got to give myself a chance to win is basically what I'm trying to say. That's why I don't like to close my trades early. Give myself a chance to win. Give myself to get as much as possible. At least make it to TP, when I'm saying as much as possible. But give myself to actually get there. If I don't give myself a chance to get there and I'm always closing early, more than likely I'm always going to end up being a break-even trader. I am going to allow myself to get my 20 pips, my 30 pips, my 40 pips, being scared, and then I'm going to have 4 or 5 losses in a row, which happen quite often, and that's going to knock out every single thing that I just made because I'm not taking full TP, which is 120 pips. That's what I'm shooting for. Because that's how my strategy is built. It works. Just got to follow it. Number 3. My strategy ignores major support resistance areas unless they involve the target for the TP, like today. So for the most part, I cannot pay attention to 30 minutes, 1 hour, 5 minutes. I can, and 1 minute, of course. I can pretty much not pay attention to those support resistance areas. The only ones that I have to pay attention to, absolutely have to pay attention to, is 4 hours and dailies. As you can see, this one is a perfect example. Right here, I wouldn't be holding this until 1600. I would be holding this until it hit that support resistance area. This was absolutely perfect. Getting out right there would have been absolutely perfect because I don't want to see the rejection off of that 4 hour support resistance area. So for me, unless it involves my TP hitting, I don't really have to worry about it. Now, if my TP is way past it, I'm probably not going to pay attention to it. But since that one is only like another 25 pips, like I just calculated on the other one, since that one's only like 25 pips away, I would have went on ahead and taken that because it's not close enough to my TP, just as well as it is close enough to my TP just as well as 4 o'clock is coming. You know what I mean? 1600, New York Stock Exchange ends, market closes, stuff like that. So all that momentum, all that volume is going to be gone. So yeah, anyways. Other than that, this was a day, bro. This was a day. Market movement was fine. I can change this back now to New York. Market movement was fine, bro. Like, it was fine. If I look at like from 8 o'clock, maybe even 7 o'clock, I usually start from 8. But if I look at like 8, 7 right here, all the way to where it went, it's 160 pip. That's a good range. That's a pretty decent range. Not bad at all. And yesterday's range in the market was 122. So bigger than yesterday's range. Like I said, luckily we didn't trade yesterday because we would have lost 30 pips. But it's still a decent range. You know what I mean? Like, I honestly really got to get that fear out of me. And there's nothing wrong with being smart, but when you're afraid in your trading, it's gonna take you out pretty much every time. And it's gonna take you out of your good trades every time. Your bad trades, you're gonna be balls to the wall. Your good trades, you're gonna be like, oh, out, I'm getting out, TP. And it's not even gonna be TTP or TTP. It's not even gonna be your TP yet. You're just gonna be like, I'm just taking what I got. And you're gonna get out every single time and you're gonna end up losing. So let me finish off really quick on part 2 right now. Once again, we're on the FTMO challenge. I don't know what else to tell y'all. Once again, we're on the FTMO challenge. Currently, we're at 290.98. I don't know why I didn't just take the 300 if I was going to get out anyways. I knew I was going to get out, but we're at 290.08 or 0.8. 290.98. So this is our first actual day trading. We bought it yesterday night. So the start was for April because of course they're hours ahead of me. But either way, we're not doing bad. I just gotta continue. Just gotta keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully I'll be telling you all that I passed in a couple of days. Literally, this is day number 2 technically, because like I said, we bought it yesterday. We did a 0.01, but it was so late it ran into this morning. And yeah, I can't wait to hopefully pass. Other than that, I will see you all on the next episode. Don't forget, once again, this is part 2 of the same episode. I just don't have any editing capabilities. I'm sorry. And I don't want it, to be honest. I don't want to sit here and be editing videos for hours. So if y'all don't like watching the whole 20 minutes, then that's fine. But if you want to be on the journey, I'm cool with that too. Other than that, we all good, man. We stay within the max daily. We stay within the max loss. And profit target, we are almost 30% of the way there. So happy about that. Woos. Keep calm, trade your strategy, bro. So I keep having to tell myself, keep calm, trade your strategy. All right, y'all, thanks. I will see you all tomorrow, which I don't know, technically this video might be released on a whole nother day because I don't want to release 2 20-minute videos in the same day. You get what I'm saying. See you all the next time we're on here. All right, y'all. Peace.